Good morning, boys and girls. We are going to go over today's DOL. So remember, look at the top of the screen. It says, please type sentences 1 and 2 out correctly. Now, just like yesterday, I'm going to go on and mark my sentences and then go back and type them out. All right, number 1, the roses in Dr. Wynn's garden bloom in May. All right, so T and the needs to be capitalized because it's the beginning of the sentence. The roses in Dr. Wynn's. Doctor is a part of his name, so the D in doctor needs to be capitalized. Also, it's an abbreviation for doctor. DR is. So we're going to put a period after the R in doctor to show that it is an abbreviation. Remember, we don't capitalize the D in doctor because it's an abbreviation. We capitalize the D in doctor because it's a part of his name, because we do not capitalize all abbreviations. All right, Dr. Wynn's. Wynn, that is his last name. It's a proper noun. It needs to be capitalized. Wynn's garden. Okay, his name is Dr. Wynn, and it has an S at the end, and we need apostrophe S to show ownership. Whose garden is it? It's Dr. Wynn's garden. All right, it shows ownership. It is a possessive noun. So, the roses in Dr. Wynn's garden bloom in May. May is a month, so we're going to capitalize the M in May because it's a proper noun. Period at the end, declarative sentence. So let me count and make sure I have all of my mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now I'm going to type my sentence out. Okay, the roses in Dr. Wynn's, Wynn's garden, forgot what the sentence was, bloom in May. Oops, not Matt, May. All right, so that is my first sentence. All right, so let me go down to my next sentence. What was they doing in the backyard? Ugh, that is so hard to read. Okay, so the first thing, what, the W in what needs to be capitalized because it's at the beginning of the sentence. What was they? That doesn't make any sense. Not what was they, what were. And were is spelled W-E-R-E. Remember, there are 3 words that sound very familiar. Sorry, that R looks really wonky. All right, there is were, W-E-R-E. There's where, W-H-E-R-E. And then there's we're, W-E apostrophe R-E, which is a contraction. So don't get those 3 confused. All right, so what were they doing in the backyard? Backyard is a compound word. So both of those words need to be put together to make a complete word. Ooh, my goodness, Mrs. Crawl obviously has not been writing over the last couple of days because that is really messy. That's why I'm glad I'm going to type it. All right, what were they doing in the backyard? All right, it's asking a question. A question sentence is an what? It's an interrogative sentence. So we're going to put a question mark at the end. And now we're going to type it out. All right, what were they doing in the backyard? Question mark. All right, now I'm going to show you a little tip that I learned from Emmett. All right, see how there's a question mark right here? All right, if you pull down on it, I don't know if you can see how I'm doing that. If you pull down on it, it will put the question mark. You don't even have to do the shift. Same thing with the exclamation point. So thank you, Emmett, for teaching me that. All right. Number 3, which words start with capital letters? So these are going to be what kind of nouns that start with capital letters? What kind of nouns are those? You remember? Those are proper nouns. So nouns that start with capital letters are proper nouns. So what are nouns that do not start with a capital letter? They are called common nouns. All right, so we're just going to be circling the proper nouns. And notice it says words, meaning there's more than one that you are going to be circling. All right, there is Easter, birthday, Thursday, street, and July. All right, so there are 3 of them. Easter should be capitalized because it's a holiday. Thursday should be capitalized because it's a day of the week. July should be capitalized because it is a month. Now, street, if it was like Elm Street, it would be capitalized. But if it's just the word street, it is not capitalized. All right, so Easter, Thursday, and July are proper nouns. And birthday and street are common nouns. All right, number 4. How many syllables are in the word pumpkin? All right, pumpkin. So how many syllables are there? There are 2. Pumpkin. All right, 2 syllables. All right, number 5. What is the subject of the sentence? Now, we've only talked briefly about subject and predicate. So a sentence has 2 parts. It has a subject part and a predicate part. The subject part of the sentence is the beginning of the sentence, from the beginning of the sentence all the way up to the verb. The predicate part of the sentence is from the verb to the end. Now, depending on the kind of sentence that you have, those 2 explanations don't always work, but just for what we're talking about, simply the beginning of the sentence is the subject part, the end of the sentence is the predicate part. So in this sentence, we're looking for the subject part. So that would be Amy. Amy fed the cat and dog. So Amy is the subject part. So that means fed the cat and dog is the predicate part. Okay? So there are all of your mistakes, all the mistakes fixed, and the DOL explained. So hopefully you remembered a bunch of stuff that we've done all year long, and maybe you learned a little bit about subject and predicate, and we're reminded about these 4 words that can be very confusing in spelling. All right, so I will see you back here tomorrow.